Each November, the call goes out around the globe for Christians to come together and pray for the persecuted church. Event organizers say this year, intercession is needed more than ever, as more than 300 million believers are experiencing attacks on an extreme level.
Over 340 million Christians are persecuted or oppressed because of their faith in Jesus. Now, some of those places, like North Korea, are exceptionally difficult. If you're caught with the Bible or whatever, you may spend the rest of your life in prison or even lose your life.
David Curry of Open Doors USA told CBN's The Prayer Link that due to the recent U.S. military withdrawal, Afghanistan is one of the most dangerous places to be a Christian.
That country is now controlled by the Taliban, and a Taliban that has morphed. It's Taliban 2.0. It has ISIS members and other kinds of extremists latching onto it. So we need to pray for people in Afghanistan who are followers of Jesus. It's a secret church.
I want to share those stories with you.
The group recently produced a documentary series on the persecuted church called Unshakable Faith, including true stories of hope in the face of desperation.
We go into these places to stand with persecuted believers. We have teams all over the world, and our job is to advocate for the persecuted, to help them, get them resources. We don't just airlift it in. We're gonna deliver things to them in prayer and stand with them.
The Voice of the Martyrs also encouraging churches to join in this special effort. Author and radio host Todd Nettleton recently told CBN's Gary Lane how Christians should pray for the persecuted church.
I think it's easy to pray for it to stop, but that's not their prayer. Their prayer is, Lord, help us to be faithful in spite of the suffering, in spite of the persecution. So I think that's an important thing for us to pray with them, that God will encourage them and allow them to remain faithful.
VOM is set to premiere the film Sabina, Tortured for Christ, the Nazi Years.
Who's this?
She is my niece, Sabina Oster.
It details the powerful true story of how the organization's founders, Richard and Sabina Wurmbrandt, became followers of Christ, then experienced extreme suffering as a result of their faith and the forgiveness they displayed.
It is one of the most amazing displays of the gospel, and we still see this today in hostile and restricted nations where our persecuted brothers and sisters are able to forgive their persecutors. They're able to love their persecutors. And it is such a display, it is such a proof of the reality of the gospel that we often see persecutors impacted and even come to follow Christ through that testimony and through that example.
Meanwhile, Curry points out a special benefit felt by those who pray for these persecuted brothers and sisters.
I think it's a way that God refreshes our heart. It doesn't just burden us with a problem, but it allows us to participate in the answer because it's a spiritual battle.
Charlene Aaron, CBN News.